Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. On tonight's episode, we're joined by Dave Lay, who will tell us all about his improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games and most importantly, learn how he improv'd his life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans, and on tonight's episode, we're joined by the incredibly talented improvisational dancer, improvisational comedian, developer, computer scientist, bruised tailbone master, Dave Lay. Dave, thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you doing tonight?
No, I'm feeling great. This is really exciting.
Yeah.
That was a lot of things I am. I don't know how true all of those things are.
100% all of them.
Oh, good Lord.
I learned it on the internet. That means it's true, Dave.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
10,000%.
10,000%. So Dave, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm just excited to have you on because I feel like you're someone at the studio who I've always wanted to get to know more, but our paths just haven't crossed too much, just different classes, different things like that. So I'm really glad you're here. We get to sit down and I'm forcing you to talk to me.
I'm an open book.
Excellent. So Dave, I want you to tell me a little bit about your relationship, just kind of how you found IFTP, just a brief summary, how you got started here.
The origin story.
Yeah, your origin story.
From the beginning.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the Big Bang and molecules came to get...
I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I think my earliest memory of how this all started was... do you remember when Groupons was really a thing?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Miss those.
Yeah, I miss them. And
some good deals.
Yeah, and I guess I was a cheapskate because I was buying them and I was like, oh, so much value.
Yeah.
And I found one for acting classes. And this is, I'm from the Bay Area.
Okay.
So I took them in the Bay Area. So I took these acting classes and I liked them, but there were some, we did some really heavy scenes and those emotions kind of stick with you.
Yeah.
And I was doing this after work, like something to do.
Yeah, you want to kind of blow off steam a little bit, not become depressed.
Yeah, and I was feeling like really low after some of these scenes and I realized, well, I like the funny ones. I like the funny scenes. So why can't I just do just that?
Yeah.
So then, still up in the Bay Area, I tried to find some improv classes to do that instead. And I took one and I thought it sucked. It was not great. And I mean, I don't know. It's San Francisco comedy scene versus the LA comedy scene. I don't feel like they're very comparable.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, but I felt like over there, it felt like I was being encouraged to just be zany for zany's sake. They were probably encouraging me to just be open, but it didn't feel right. But years later, I came to LA, and a friend of mine said they were going to UCB. I was like, oh, I remember improv. But UCB, I went to one of their shows and they talked about their curriculum and I thought, I don't want a curriculum.
Yeah.
I want to have some fun.
Yeah, they got a whole book.
I'm not looking for homework. Right? Yeah. So I looked around and I felt like I found IFTP. I found maybe one or two more other studios. But this one felt more personal. Yeah, not like I'm trying to get a degree in funny. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. And well, I don't have my degree, but I've had a really great time the last years I've been doing this. It's really cool.
So what year did you join the studio?
I want to say 2017, maybe 16, probably 17.
You at least have a master's then. In comedy, I think.
An advanced degree, graduate degree.
Yeah, at least a graduate degree. Maybe you're working on your PhD right now. You're doing your research.
Yeah. I'm looking for that fellowship real bad.
Yeah. All right. So you found IFTP 2016, 2017 right in there. And you're still here because you're working on your PhD.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dave, I'm excited to jump into that a little more. But before we do, as always on Improv for the Podcast, we got to play three things. I know.
I love it.
I know. I'm excited for this one because I think you're going to have some good answers for me. All right. So you know how to play three things?
These are three things. We're just going to...
Yep. I'll throw you some categories that are about you, from your life, from what I could scrape off the internet about you. Hours of dedicated research. I had a team breaking down all your profiles. Not true. It's just me alone for like 45 minutes. Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
All my secrets.
Yeah, all the main platforms. Your employer's website. Anything I can find.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. These are three things. First category. Give me 3 dance moves.
3 dance moves. Okay. One dance move that has eluded me has been a move called the 2000.
Ooh,
2000.
that's one.
Yeah, it's a like a vertical spin on your hand.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wild. Another one, it's called a jazz split.
Ooh.
Jazz split. It's kind of like a gymnastics split, but a little bit easier.
That's 2.
It's 2. And last one, I'll say the witch away.
Ooh, that's 3.
Witch away. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Those are, I have never seen any of those, but I can picture, well, at least the 2000. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Next category. Things you walk away from without looking back.
Uh-oh. Well, the obvious one is explosion.
1.
Your ex.
2.
Oh, yeah. And the last one is the world.
3. Very nice. Last category. Favorite video games to get lost in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's my jam.
Yeah.
Number 1, a game called Outer Wilds.
1.
Not Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds.
It's a different one.
Yeah. Number 2 would be a game called Free Space 2. It is not a disk reclamation program for a computer.
2. That does sound like the early CD-ROM that you'd get.
We're not defragging hard drives.
Oh, okay. I miss doing that.
Yeah. And number 3, Interstate 76.
3.
It's a funk-inspired car combat simulator.
These are 3
These are 3 things. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued. We're going to loop back on that. All right, Dave. So that first category. First of all, nice job.
Thank you.
Why did I ask you about dance moves?
I think I've been obsessed with a lot of hobbies and fun stuff in my life, and I feel like the 2 that really stood out. One is improv. That's my current love, and before that it was dance. Yeah, and I got into dance almost in a similar way I got into improv, not through a Groupon, but just more like once again I had moved to a new city where I didn't know anybody, and I was bored out of my mind, and I had all these evenings where I go to work, I come home, and I did nothing, and so a friend of mine, the only person I knew in the city, said, "Hey, you want to take a dance class at a community college?" And I said, "Yes, please, thank God." And she bailed on me.
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. But I said, well, I'm just going to do it anyways because I have nothing left.
There you go.
Yeah. So I took that beginner hip hop class.
Nice.
And I loved it. And I loved the people in the community.
Yeah.
And I took it again, and I did advanced hip hop. And then I did performance hip hop, which actually involved joining a crew.
What? That's cool.
A crew. That sounds legit when you say crew. Not a team. It's a crew.
It's a crew.
Yeah.
Dave has a crew, people.
Yeah. Shout out DS Players.
DS Players. Does DS stand for Nintendo DS?
It does.
Whoa!
That's right. It does.
I respect that crew so much. That's one of my favorite handhelds all time.
Yeah. There's even a story behind that. I hope, but I could tell it, or we can leave.
No, spill the beans.
Spill the beans. Okay. I hope I get it right, because Seach, the leader of our crew, he might yell at me if I get it wrong.
Okay. I don't want you to get yelled at, Dave.
Okay. Here we go. So this is before I joined the crew. The crew existed well before me, and so it was a bunch of folks, and they decided to form a crew, and they didn't know what to call themselves, so they just temporarily called themselves Project X. This is before Twitter.
Such a mistake, but that's another story.
Yeah, it means something else today.
Yeah.
But that's not a good enough name, and people were just sitting around. Trying to brainstorm, but not really helping out.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were just playing on their Nintendo DS at the time. And so I think Seach said, "Come on, help me out. Come on, you stupid DS players." And that's DS Players.
There it is.
Yeah. But I think it's been backronymmed to stand for dance style players.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Keep it kind of relevant.
Yeah, 'cause Nintendo DS, I mean, those are obsolete now.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite Nintendo DS game?
Nintendo DS. Yes, I'm trying to remember. I was kind of fond of Brain Age, funny enough.
Yeah.
But really,
Good stylus game.
yeah. Planet Puzzle League.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's a copy of Tetris Attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not usually a puzzle guy, but just I don't know. The DS made me want to play more puzzle games.
Yeah, with the stylus, I think it's got 2 screens.
2 screens. What do you do with that?
There's so much content to display on 2 screens.
Yeah, you hold it sideways. It's like a book.
Oh.
You want to do book-like things, smart things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more question. What color Nintendo DS did you have?
I
We're
think
going DS Lite, original DS.
I had a fatty original DS,
All right,
but
the silver one.
I upgraded to the light,
Ooh,
and
nice.
I think I was an early adopter, so they only had white.
Yep, I had the white one as well.
Yeah.
But I used a GameStop. I remember that was a good day. I was like, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I'm kind of sad.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. I'm
Sadness. Sad nostalgia.
There's no Nintendo DS anymore. Real shame. All right, moving on to that next category, Dave, which I forgot what it was. We talked about things you walk away from without looking back. Why did I make that a category for you?
Oh, yeah. For, I think, a long time ago, I've posted it somewhere, probably Facebook, because I'm old like that.
Yeah.
It was right before my birthday. Right before my birthday, I had 3 requests for gifts, and it was real simple. One of them was a picture of me walking away from an explosion. Something I don't remember, and then also just puppies. Just wanted to play puppies.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody gave me puppies to play with.
Oh, Nintendo.
I need.
Yeah, you need the real thing.
Yeah.
Real puppy.
Yep. But a lot of people jumped in to give me pictures of me walking away from explosions.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Love that.
I got a couple of those. They're great.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it stupid stuff, but just simple. It doesn't have to be a Picasso kind of thing.
Yeah.
If there was some kind of effort, and almost if it was a really bad effort, it's still good effort.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So just got this a lot of MS Paint and not MS Paint kind of renditions.
Oh no, the MS Paint, that's art.
Yeah. And my sister really surprised me because I didn't think she would be good at that kind of stuff, but she gave me like my favorite one. It was a picture of me as Wolverine walking away from an explosion.
Wolverine Dave.
Yeah. And it was photoshopped pretty nicely.
Hey, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
So
when I read that, it was, I think on your Instagram bio was a reference to that as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember. Do you remember like the sketch that came from? There was like the whole song, like "Cool guys, don't look at," or what is it?
Yeah, don't look at explosions.
Yeah,
Andy Samberg, I think.
Yeah, it was. I think it was for the Oscars or something, or they were doing like a visual effects Oscar. I don't know. I just that triggered something in my mind. It's like, wow, I haven't thought about that in a little while.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, nice.
That's what I was thinking of when I wrote that.
Yeah.
When I asked for it.
Yeah, that video. But that video maybe led to that birthday request, or the birthday request was before. I'm not sure.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. And I kind of want to steal that birthday idea. Like maybe not an explosion, but I'll come up with my own prompt. But I just like, that sounds kind of fun. Just to be like, hey, just like try and make this. Like, that's pretty cool.
I feel like it's a nice gift.
Yeah.
And it's accessible.
Yeah. Doesn't cost money.
Yeah. But if you get puppies too, I mean, that would be great.
I mean, that's not so bad.
Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll ask for that next year.
You're going to hang on to that. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hang on to that. All right. Last category, Dave. I asked you about video games. Why'd I ask you about video games? Ones you like to get lost in?
Yeah. That is on my profile for work because I am a video game developer.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
An engineer.
Yeah. So I actually came to LA for that. So I used to work in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. I was a techie, and I had actually dreamt of. I've known I wanted to be a video game developer since I was 5.
Wow,
5 years old.
Yeah.
Since I got a taste of video games, I knew like that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But like along the way, I got lost. I lost my way.
Sure.
But then powers that be dragged me out here, got me a job in the industry, and then ended up making video games. I'm at my current company now,
Nice.
and it's what I do. And been playing games my whole life, and so I have thoughts on games.
Oh, yeah.
Probably don't
Just
play
a
as
few.
many. Yeah. I don't play as many games these days.
Yeah.
Certainly played more. Probably a lot busier these days. But yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, I used to, and then these days it's rare. I still haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom, so I really like it though.
Even I beat it. Jeez.
I know. I got the Master Sword, and
Oh, you're
but I only beat one temple. It's just there's so much to do,
There's a lot.
and
Okay.
then it's just that I've been busy.
You're making progress.
I want to go back and play it because I love Zelda games. So yeah.
As long as every moment is fun. It's worth it.
Yeah, in that game easily. Well, besides maybe when you're underground, I kind of hate the underground.
I feel you.
Yeah, you got to keep throwing the flowers. It's just so much
No
work.
bueno.
So much work.
Be better, Nintendo.
Yeah, don't make me go. The underground's scary. There's hands that grab you.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
gloom hands. Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah. It's a tough time. I don't miss that. Okay, really quick. I'm going to go off on a tangent. Can you give me like 3 games that have been most influential in your life?
Yeah, I have to by default say League of Legends because
Okay,
it's the
yeah.
reason I'm in LA right now.
Ah.
Yeah. The quick story on that is that I every year I go to PAX,
Yeah.
Labor Day weekends, a video game convention celebrating gamer culture, and back when League of Legends is a really popular game right now. It's pretty big. Back then it was
esports, especially. Yeah.
yes, but before it was back when it first started, it was like nothing.
Yeah.
And they came Riot is the company that makes it.
Yeah, Riot Games.
And some Riot folks came by me and my friends at PAX and said, "Hey, you want to play our game League of Legends?" And we all said, "No."
Yeah, you're like, I don't know. Who are you?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna play fun games.
Yeah.
And then the next year we realized, we totally got that wrong. Yeah, and they'd given us these like cool in-game redeemable content.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we
it's
were
good
digging
advertisement.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were digging through our garbage. Where was that thing? Where did I throw it away to?
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I've been playing it. And at one point, they hit me up and they said, "Do
Wow.
you want to work for us too?"
Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of life changing. Yep. So that's one. Number 2 probably has to be that first game that made me want to make video games when I was 5 in the first place. It was Super Mario Brothers.
Oh.
NES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
All timer.
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
I can't even remember that far back. I just remember sitting like 4 inches from the screen.
Yeah. It's a very tiny screen.
Yeah, I just not understanding what was going on, but I wanted to do this forever.
Yeah. You're like, okay, how do I make this happen?
Yep. Yeah. And maybe after that, number 3. Maybe I'll say StarCraft.
Ah, StarCraft.
StarCraft. Yeah.
Zerg Rush. Yeah.
Zerg Rush.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I played that in high school, and I felt like that was kind of a formative age for
Yeah.
myself. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
really leaned into the gamer nerd. No social skills because he's too busy playing StarCraft, mastering Zerg Rushes.
I mean,
and
you got to
things
work
like that.
on your clicks per minute. Like, you got to get your numbers up, man.
Oh yeah, my APMs need to go higher every day. Yeah. So for better or worse, I think it did form some kind of personality or long-lasting thing in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all like pretty big, influential titles. I mean, Mario kind of got the ball rolling for everybody. And then, StarCraft, gosh, and then League of Legends, which is probably, that's a MOBA. So maybe some of those developers were inspired by StarCraft or Mario even.
Probably, yeah.
Such as yourself, right?
I can trace some lineage to StarCraft. I already pictured in my head, but that's nerd me talking.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you for sharing on that, Dave.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about improv.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. I forgot because, frankly, I feel like we could talk about video games for a while.
This isn't a gaming podcast?
No, it's not. That's I haven't started that project yet. Improv for the Nintendo. I don't know. I'd probably go Nintendo. That's probably all time. That's my favorite company.
Nice.
Game wise, it's just. I mean, me and everyone else, but not very original. But so improv. So you told us, you gave us a little teaser that with the Groupon, you kind of got into this whole performing arts scene. But I want to ask if there was a time before that. When was the first time you learned about improv? You heard what it was, a whisper. Maybe you saw it on TV. You read something. You watched a show. When was that for you?
If you're talking like whispers,
Yeah.
I feel like the improv. Actually, it was more like a beware. Improv. Yeah, it almost felt like a musical theater nerd, improv geeks, folks who are being wacky and weird. Yeah, it's almost like a high school rumor kind of thing.
Hey man, you heard about improv?
Oh, we don't talk about that here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Don't say that.
Yeah, this is the ladies' bathroom. We don't talk about that here.
Okay. We probably just shouldn't be talking in general.
Yeah, it just had this stigma about it, and I just kind of tucked it away as in, well, I've already lost a lot of social cred being a gamer nerd.
What?
I'm not going to add more onto that.
Hey, StarCraft is hot in the streets. Yeah. Not anymore, but
You know, I'm a little upset that my formative years were back when nerds were uncool.
yeah, and now it's like
Now it's very cool to be a nerd.
every kid has Discord and like
Yeah.
it's like they're playing like Fortnite, Minecraft, Call of Duty. Like
Yeah, and they're getting paid to be nerdy on YouTube.
oh my gosh, yeah.
They've cashed in. Where's my cash?
It's a whole economy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Content creation didn't exist back then.
Oh, I'm angry.
No, you just play it for fun. Who does it? Now we play it for money. We play it for cash. Well, I don't, but there's people who do.
I'll take sponsorships.
Yeah, absolutely. G Fuel.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
So yeah, I heard just rumors or this feeling that improv was just if you want to be cool, you should probably stay away from that.
Yeah.
But in college, I think probably caught some like Who's Line.
Yeah, of
just
course.
watching stuff, and I thought, well, I mean, if it's this funny, is it that bad?
Yeah.
But of course, these folks are professionals.
Yeah, they're the best.
They're the
generally.
best.
Yeah.
So just kind of put out of mind. And back then I had no ambitions of being someone to perform or stand.
Yeah,
stand
you were
out.
working on other stuff.
I was an incredibly painfully shy person.
Really?
Yeah. The type that could not look you in the eye and just kind of, you're over there and I'm just going to try and get out of this conversation as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Performance stuff, no way. And then it is only till I got a little bit older and I started meeting more diverse people. You go to college and you realize, hey, there's being in like theater or learning performing arts, singing. That's a really cool thing. And not only that, it kind of the characters behind those people are really cool. Like the people themselves more than their talent.
Yeah.
And what brought them there. And I thought, man, I wish I had that kind of an interesting background and interesting motivation. And so that got me just thinking, like, I would love those kinds of skills.
Yeah.
And then like a billion things happen and then show up in LA and start looking for IFTP.
Yeah, post Groupon.
Post Groupon. There's like the PG and BG.
Before Groupon, post Groupon. Yeah. Hey, that was an influential time.
Yeah.
I kind of want to pop on there now because I'm like, yeah, they're still going?
They're still going.
Is it a scam, the whole thing? Like,
You know what? I bought an iPhone accessory from Groupon.
Hey.
So they're doing something.
An iPhone accessory?
Yeah, I'm not getting improv lessons anymore, but I'm getting my tech.
Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. So they're still in the game.
Those folks need to eat too. So
Yeah, they do. I think, their heyday was, that was like, 8 or 9 years ago, I guess? I don't know. Maybe a little less. 6 or 7.
I have no idea anymore.
Okay.
Time is weird.
Yeah. I remember where I was working in 2016, 2017, it was an ice cream shop, and we had a Groupon. I hated it.
Yeah.
People would come in and be like, "Hey, free ice cream. I have a Groupon." And like, it was a whole process to get it in the register. That's another problem, another time.
I have a weird question.
Sure.
You ever use a Groupon for a date? And not under the table, like, shh, keep it down.
I think, yes.
Yeah.
It's a little fuzzy because there was some, let's just say maybe some gaps in my dating life.
Repression.
Yeah. But I think in the person I was dating in around 2015, I think both her and I on separate occasions applied Groupons in some
she did
dating
it too.
situations. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We were together a little while, so.
That is cute.
And we were, frugal. Frugal.
I feel like that's instead of like, oh, I'll take the check this time. It's like, I'll use my Groupon this time.
Yeah. Hey, I got you. I printed I had enough printer ink.
That's love.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think I have. Have you?
Yes.
Good.
I have. It was not as mutual as yours. That's why I'm like, I want that, but I had.
Mutual Groupons. It's out there, Dave. It still is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to look for it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was back when I was hyper broke and I had no choice. And so you do what you got to do to eat.
Yeah.
With your lady in tow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You want to treat someone to a nice evening, but you're on a budget.
Yeah.
That was also similar to my situation. I didn't have there weren't a lot of funds.
Yeah. Return this 2 for 1 at Arby's.
Yeah.
Into a nice date night.
Oh, it's killer. Hey, roast beef and cheddar's on me, babe.
Ooh. Going all out.
We can split the curly fries. Small drink, though. Small drink. All right. So, college. I think I really love, kind of hearing about how college was such a formative time for you. Like, it kind of expanded your horizons, which I know was very true for me as well. Like, just kind of getting out of, maybe wherever you grew up and going somewhere new, experiencing just different people, like you said. Like, because college is all about all these random people coming together from all over the place, all over the country, all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah, coming together and learning lots of different things. So
yeah,
that kind of changed your mindset about improv. And then eventually from a Groupon to moving to LA, you found IFTP. So what, I know you touched on it a little bit, right? You saw that UCB show and you were like, oh, that's interesting, but they got a curriculum. They have basically a Bible. It really is. It's quite a large book. I've read it a couple times and it's just, so it's good. It's dense. It's a lot in there.
Yeah. It's intimidating.
I didn't know someone could write that much about improv and, about something that's about making things up.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So you found this place. What were your first impressions when you started here at IFTP?
I think it's a lot of the typical stuff of being super intimidated because you're not joining a class of first timers. There's a bunch of new folks, but there's a lot of existing folks who've been doing it for a couple years.
Yeah.
I remember there's a couple people that I've talked to recently that they were there at my first days.
Wow, that's cool.
And I remember telling them I'll say Keenan. Yes.
Oh, Keenan.
And I told Keenan this, and he hates when I tell.
Friend of the show, Keenan.
Keenan, yeah. I always tell Keenan, I say, hey, man, you were in my beginner classes, and I always said, if I could only get as good as you. And I hate being in scenes with you because you intimidate the hell out of me because you're better than, I'm just new and you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to look up to these folks and just see I can be that good.
Yeah.
I can do the funny like they do. Oh, yeah. And so it's really it's really inspiring to see a lot of people do it. So just that after that nervousness of I don't know what to say or I don't want to say something stupid. That fades, and then it's all about I just want to copy, be as good as these other people around me, perform next to them, be on their level, hold your own against these folks, and then at some point people are saying maybe even the same thing about me.
Yeah.
And so I realized, they're doing the same thing I did. Just kind of looking back where you came from, wow, this is doing something. Yeah. Confidence or just feeling comfortable expressing yourself in ways I never really got to.
Yeah.
It just all started coming together really quickly, honestly, and never really stopped either. So that's why I don't know, stuck here for life.
Here I am, and here I will stay.
Yeah, I have this IV drip of improv, just don't take me off, doc.
Yeah. Get it in my veins. Yeah, I think that's really amazing, and that's cool that Keenan was there because Keenan's still around, and you probably get to see him and be like, "No, look at us, huh?
Look at us, look at us."
Yeah, it's like that Paul Rudd, the Hot Ones interview. That's what I was thinking of.
Yep.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. So you mentioned earlier that you were not a person who was always, your social skills, maybe we need a little brushing up. Was that something you felt was still true when you started improv here, or was that like, nah, you'd gone to college, you'd been working as an adult, like that wasn't a thing anymore?
Yeah, I want to confidently say I had developed enough social skills once I got to IFTP.
Yeah.
But that was a big kind of personal journey I had to deal with because couldn't talk to people, couldn't look people in the eye, and at one point I just realized I wanted to. I wanted to be able to talk to people, and I even had I had this obsession of understanding how people worked because I didn't know how they worked. That's why I couldn't communicate with people. Yeah. So I started trying to figure out how do I talk to people? What do people want? What are they entertained by? What are their motivations? And that's actually part of what drew me to improv because I feel like understanding people, listening to people, listening to your partner, understanding their intentions. That sounds like a big part. Yeah. And so I felt like, maybe I've started this. Maybe this will make me better at that, or not even just make me better. Like I'm trying to like win some competition or anything, but just let me master it, just for personal satisfaction. Just I used to get a lot of, because I used to be really really poor at having conversations with people. I used to feel so much joy if I got through a whole conversation and they didn't think it was weird. Like they didn't kind of like, why'd you say that? And so just this idea of having a nice human conversation was, it's really satisfying. Yeah. And so the ability to have more human conversations, it's just lovely. Yeah. Lovely. And to be able to do it with random, out of the blue topics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic skill, right? Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Yeah. So think about it. Those early days, you're starting, you're like, okay, we can do improv now. It's not like StarCraft or the Stigma Rep video games or what I thought it was. Improv, forbidden. What kind of got you to stick around? So you started going to these classes, and at some point, I mean, you're here all these years later. You committed, or you said, I'm going to stick with this place. What was there, like a switch that flipped, or you were just like, this is where I want to be?
Yeah, I whenever I think about like the past of my life, I always like to like carve out little like key moments, and sometimes those moments feel small from a passerby point of view, but they have like so much weight in my memory. And I remember the first year I was taking an IFTP, I was like, okay, this is an entertaining thing to do. I was doing it on a weeknight, and I'm like pretty exhausted on a weeknight. Sure. Improv, it does require some brain power. Yeah. Yeah. And so I was liking it, but also half unmotivated because I was just exhausted and stuff. And so I was even questioning myself, do I want to do this, or do I want to do something that's a little bit like lizard brain?
A little more chill.
Yeah. Just watch some TV. Yeah. And I remember the first IFTP Christmas party I went to. I'm trying to remember if it was the first or the second, but one of those two. And I get there, and what stuck out to me was like I actually hadn't made too many friends in the community. I didn't really know too many people. I know of people. Yeah. So I was just kind of like there.
Yeah. You're just like, well, okay.
Yeah. And I remember Matt had just come back from, sorry, Matt, if I get it wrong, teaching kids in Africa.
What?
I think he was teaching them improv, or he's helping out with them.
I didn't know he'd done that.
Yeah. Matthew Moore trivia. Yeah. Well, if I got it wrong, I just told a lie about Matthew
Matt's Moore. Like, I've never done that in my life.
No, now you have to sell it. Yeah. But he'd gone out there, and I remember Matt was talking about how it was rewarding, and he was like, sorry, Matt, near tears, just like thinking about like how impoverished they were, how underprivileged they were. They had really nothing, but this really brought them joy. Yeah. Yeah. That experience. Yeah. And I thought, this is something else. This is not some UCB curriculum book stuff. Yeah. This is human stuff. This is real life. And I thought something is different here, and this isn't some Groupon. Yeah. Yeah. I felt really human. And I thought, okay, let me stick around a little bit longer and figure out what this is all about. And I think that's that's when I learned more skills, got to know people better, started connecting with folks. Yeah. And then I started really loving it. And I feel like there's this point where even though I'm tired after work, I still want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I know, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here for the long haul. Yeah. But then eventually I did switch to Saturdays because now I don't have to deal with that problem at all.
No, but then your Saturday, you can't sleep in.
Oh, well, I wake up at a ridiculously early hour. And so not a problem for me. It's irresponsibly early.
Tell me, what time do you get up?
I'm a 5:30 kind of guy.
Okay, I do that like weekdays. I do that because I work out in the morning. So like I do like 5:15 or like 5:30 somewhere in there. But with the weekend,
Every single day, every day.
every day,
Every
every
day.
single day, forever. But do you stay up late sometimes?
I don't.
Okay.
No, so I actually don't do this by choice.
Okay.
My brain is broken, and it just
No,
says,
it seems to be working fine.
"Oh, okay." Well, its watch is broken then.
Okay. Your circadian rhythm. There you go.
Yeah, it just decides no matter what time I go to sleep, I am waking up at 5:30. I could be sleeping at midnight, 1 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm getting up at 5:30.
Ugh.
Yeah, so gotta make the most of it. Go, wake up at 5:30, go do something, go do improv on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can get done that early in the morning. There's something I like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've appreciated getting up early more, which feels crazy to say out loud.
Yeah.
Because I think about myself like 10 years ago. I mean, like, getting up early. No, never.
Yeah.
10 a.m. or later, baby. Woo.
Yeah. Like waking up at 10 is or 9 a.m. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Who did that? You're a parasite on society. No, that's not true. That's not true. Only a little. No.
Just
no. No. But I think that's a good way to approach that. Just like, hey, like I'm stuck at this time. I'm going to get up and make the most of it. And, whatever the day is, that's how it is.
Yeah. And 10 a.m. for Saturday class. It's a lot later than 5:30, but
Yeah.
Man, I look forward to it.
Yeah, you are warmed up. You are awake.
Yeah.
You've had lunch by that point. You're ready. You're thinking about dinner already. No.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really cool. All right. So what teachers have you had during your time here at IFTP? Have you been a Matt Moore purist?
Matt's been my primary teacher. I believe I've tried taking classes from every single teacher at this point. Even folks who just came in for a little bit
who've come and gone.
Honestly, you're the only person I haven't taken a class from because you did sketch and I haven't done sketch.
Yes. We've done sketch twice. By the time this episode comes out, sketch will be back. Well, announced. So
product tie-in.
There's another opportunity coming up. Please take my class. It's a lot of fun. Also, it's more work than any other class because you have to memorize and write stuff and get props and costumes.
There's homework.
Yeah, there's
homework.
homework.
About homework.
Yeah, you gotta watch sketches. You gotta write your own. You gotta memorize the lines of your sketch and the other sketches you're in. You got to learn how to move all the sets and stuff.
Good Lord, is this UCB? What's going on?
I mean, yeah, this class is it's a little more like, you got to do stuff, but I don't make you read a large book. We do one slideshow in the first class, and that's it. And it's very brief.
All of improv, or all of sketch is condensed into one PowerPoint slide.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, sketch, this is what it is. This is what we're going to be doing. You better learn your lines. And then, I keep it simple because we only have 4 classes to put a show together. It moves so quick.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I guess, you're...
So Dave, get in the sketch class, Dave.
My bad.
No. I understand. On a work night, it's a lot to ask for 2.5 hours of work, and then you have to take work home with you.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks have sung its praises to me. Yeah. So I do not deny that.
I've brainwashed them well. Yeah. I just hand them a crisp $5 bill at the end of the class and say, please say nice things.
I was imagining like there's a jack in the back there. And that's where we inject the information.
Yeah. They don't realize that while they're in class, they're typing sketches and I'm just poisoning their minds.
Nice.
Yeah. It's worked out well for 2 classes. We'll see how the third goes.
Yeah.
See how many more folks I can poison.
sorry, teacher wise,
Yeah.
I think a long time ago, when I first started out, I wasn't with Matt. I was with, honestly, I feel so bad. I barely remember his name because it's been 6 years, I think. 2017, that's 6 years, right?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah. But I was doing it with him because he was the beginner teacher and Matt was the advanced teacher. And then
okay.
all of a sudden, I think he moved away, and then Matt said, like, "You're with me. You're with me, kid."
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Okay, mister.
I literally asked Matt, "Did I get promoted?
Yeah.
And
Like, am I good?
am I good?"
Yeah.
And I've never not done Matt since. I just feel like
Yeah.
I have, like, there's a Matt brand of improv and
Yeah.
comedy that I just feel like I've aligned to, and I'm almost afraid if I go too far away, I'll my brain will get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate that you've at least at some point had an opportunity to try a lot of the teachers that we have here at IFTP,
Yeah.
which I think is cool too. You're like, hey, I've shopped around, but I know where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like that. I respect that. You know?
I feel like once maybe I get even better and I have more intention about what I want to do, I feel like I've kind of carved out what each teacher has, like the specific specialty that I can kind of extract from them. And in the future I'll say, like, I want to do this, and I know this one teacher is really good at it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
So you could spend a month in that class. And,
Yeah, but I haven't gotten to that level yet. Yeah.
It'll get there. It'll get there, Dave. All right. So I want to ask, do you feel that improv has had any sort of crossover into your professional career?
Yeah. Funny you should say that. I've literally given a talk at work centered on improv and how to use it in work situations.
All right. Tell me a little bit about that talk.
Yeah. So it's kind of centered on this idea that I had that just on basic human conversation, a lot of people, they talk, but the conversation is never really about the things that need to be said. People just end up being like self-centered. So they're saying what's on their minds, but they're not engaging with the topic that needs to be discussed. So like if someone's talking, they're usually talking about, I have a fear of X and that's why I want to talk about X. But if X isn't talking about X, maybe it won't solve the problem. So I was thinking about improv, and the thing that jumped out to me was like what that means. So when people are talking about stuff, at work, I would ask like, why are they talking about that? What that means is X. Well, what that means is Y. And I keep going back, and I kind of developed this process, and you can get to the root of what actually matters. Yeah. I think the example I gave was, I think we should sell this really expensive item in a game, right? And so we might talk about what item that is, but really we should talk about why do we want to sell that? Because we need to make money. What that means is, we need more money. What that means is we're running out of money. Well, if we're talking about running out of money, maybe there's other ways to make money.
Yeah.
So it's not about selling that item. It's about making more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think it's really helped me in my professional life because I usually can get to the core of what really needs to be talked about and just skip all that work in between where we're just spinning our wheels talking about something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I gave a talk about that, and people thought, whoa, that's improv?
Yeah. They're like, wait, what? No, I thought it was just people being silly.
Yeah. Like, what? You're just not making sound effects and stuff?
I thought it was just you going in a mic on a stage.
Yeah. So actually, you say that. But I think people have that.
I think they do.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I can't fault them because maybe I also had that impression back in the day.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
We've all before maybe learning about it or learning more or experiencing it,
Yeah.
Or like improv, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I learned was just listening. I think that was a skill when I said I had enough social skills before coming here.
Yeah.
That was the skill that I did not have as strongly, and IFTP really leveled me up there. So just being able to shut up for a second and listen to the words. And I've noticed as I listen, I look around to other people, and I can tell they're not listening. I can tell they're chambering the thing that they really want to spit out because they just want to barf out this one thing that's been on their mind, and they're just losing all this information that's coming towards them. So just learning to just sit back and take it all in, and then just repeat that word back, like repeat the thought back, and people think you're a wizard.
Yeah.
But no,
you
just,
heard that.
Yeah, just listening. Wow. Yeah, that's it.
Dave thinks I'm a wizard.
Yes. Natural. You're a Gandalf.
Nice. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be like a Saruman or something.
Oh.
I didn't want to be Saruman. Yeah.
Do you remember the video game movie The Wizard?
The video game movie?
It's
No.
very old.
I may have missed that one, but now I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Can you give me a little pitch of the video game movie The Wizard?
It's a little crossover. It was a blatant advertising campaign for Super Mario Brothers 3.
Love
for
it.
Nintendo.
Love it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Kamek, right? Or no? Was that before his time?
Sorry, who?
Kamek, the Mario character? No, well, yeah, he's a wizard. He rides a broom, flies around.
That's is that from Super Mario World?
I think he is from Super Mario World.
So I guess
You're right.
one game right before. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. The intersection of games and wizardry just remind me of it.
So would you recommend this film for weekend viewing?
Ooh, it's kind of dated. It's. I think if you love your cheesy,
I do.
and you like big corporate trying to influence your brain to buy video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love
I
it.
watched Gran Turismo in theaters. So
Legolas, no.
essentially, I know. It's the same thing, just the modern version, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you're in.
I don't even own a PlayStation.
Also, if you like Fred Savage, anybody remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
rest in peace. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, you should have led with that. I like Fred Savage.
Okay. Well then,
It's hilarious.
You're sold already.
Yeah. To put it in perspective, the kind of movies I watch in the past, let's say 2 weeks. Well, let's see. I've seen Gran Turismo.
Okay.
Last night I watched Bulletproof Monk.
Wow.
That's the 2003.
Chow Yun Fat and Stifler.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
similar. Yeah, I think Eric Scott Williams. That's his name.
Yeah.
It's that was a hoot. Let me tell you.
Okay. Yeah. Would never picture those two together. So
No,
yeah.
I really enjoyed it though. It's like, I mean, it's so corny, but it's pretty fun. It's some good fight scenes, some good action.
Yeah.
Some great lines. Holds up well. The movie's got some heart.
Okay.
The movie's got some heart. So yeah, if you're free this weekend, watch the Wizard and Bulletproof Monk.
You got all your movie bases covered, right? there.
Yeah. And then go see Gran Turismo in theaters. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll take our checks, Sony.
Yeah. Thank you, Sony. All right, Dave. I got a couple more questions for you, and then we're gonna do some improv.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So my second to last question for you, Dave. And you kind of answered this, but I want to maybe expand on it a little bit. So we talked about, I guess, the impact of improv in your career and your professional life. But has there been an impact with improv in your personal life as well?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
But clear, the listening stuff it's got to be a big part. So I actually find myself after improv, I'm doing it now. Like I just naturally get into this get comfortable and start listening kind of mode, as opposed to like, what am I going to say next? What can I say that's going to impress you? What can I say that's not going to sound stupid? The ability to trust that the next word out of your mouth, even though you didn't think about it, it's probably going to be good. Yeah. But even more than that, focusing less on what I'm spitting out to your face, but just, I'm more attentive to, did I actually hear what you said? So I'm almost like catching myself in conversations with people where I want to know what you said. And it's not about me. I really want to kind of like respect. You're giving me a lot of stuff, and my respect to you is I understand it, and I'll represent it by adding on to it, just saying like, oh yeah, that I've heard of that before. The Wizard, Gran Turismo, Legolas, yeah, right. And I feel like that has made conversations with people. As someone who was really bad at conversations, I'm not saying I'm a master or anything like that, but they've become more enjoyable. Yeah. I think back when I struggled with talking with people, I started turning it into a game because I'm a gamer, and so I'm a huge introvert too, and so I didn't really want to talk to anybody. But I thought, okay, how can I have a conversation and make this other person feel really good about themselves? And I just really pushed myself really hard, and the gamer lizard brain in me is like, yeah, you did it. You made them smile. Yeah. But now it's not about that gamer achievement loop. It's more like, oh, well, I think I made a connection with somebody. And so like human connection, that's really rewarding. Yeah. So being able to listen, I think, has been more than being able to say funny things on a whim. Or be witty, or what's the thing everybody joins improv to be to think on your feet. Sure, those are really good, but listening,
It's number one.
yeah, 1,000%. That's been the thing. Yeah,
I think I would agree.
yeah.
It's really important. I think, at least for me, doing this podcast has given me a huge opportunity to practice that.
Yeah, you set yourself up for success.
I know. I was like, you have to listen, because one, you're hosting, and two, you edit it later, so you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Make sure you make sense on there.
Well, you know what? Actually, I think you do a great job of listening, because I've seen so many podcasts from famous folks who are just talking over the other person. And I'm thinking, like, I thought you brought them on here to listen to what they have to say, but they're really kind of using it as a platform to say something, to counter argue them constantly. Yeah. So I would say you're doing better than okay, honestly.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, this show is about the guests. That's why we're here. The bright stars of the IFTP community, such as yourself, right? Folks who have a story to tell, why they're here, and kind of, what makes them them.
I appreciate that. I don't feel like I've been told I was a bright star, but that sounds really nice.
You are.
Oh, thank
Dave Lay, bright star.
I'm going to change my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, do it. And they have those little banners like open to work or like whatever. Just be like #bright star.
Bright star.
Yeah, just on your profile picture. I'm gonna do that too. I gotta brush off my LinkedIn. I don't use it. I mean, I have it. It's updated, but it's dusty.
Funny trivia. One, I used to work at LinkedIn.
Oh,
And I got my job at LinkedIn through LinkedIn. And then, also,
it worked.
It works. That's why I always say use LinkedIn. And then I also got my job after LinkedIn through LinkedIn.
Wow.
So it also took me away from
They're
LinkedIn.
like, hey Dave, we know some activity on your account. You're leaving us, aren't you?
Yeah, they were watching.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it works. I'm not a shill. I don't get paid.
Okay, I have a LinkedIn question for you.
Yeah.
This is a tangent. Then we'll get back to our final interview question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, as a former LinkedIn employee? Okay, I don't like people who post on LinkedIn like a lot. Like, I guess I don't understand.
Yeah.
Just make LinkedIn make sense, Dave.
Okay.
Because it's the hustle culture, I don't get it.
Yeah. I think, I feel like it ended up being this weird crossroads of, I think people used to call LinkedIn Facebook for old people, but now Facebook is Instagram for old people, and Instagram is TikTok for old people.
Yeah.
It's the OG old people thing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of old people. Sorry, LinkedIn. It's just what the public says.
Yeah.
But they're also, you have to be upbeat on there because it's not a platform of negativity. It's positivity, bringing in good vibes because you want to, you either want to be attracted to a company or attract people to your company. Yeah. And so you mix it all in, and it turns into maybe a little bit of old people cringe, trying to be super positive.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes TikTok influencers are like that too. Where
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just older folks doing it, and they're trying to push their Chat GPT company, start out with Bitcoin microtransaction crypto. Yeah. So I think maybe the thing that's off-putting is that it's maybe too positive, and it feels a little bit artificial because it's just too much positivity. There's not that much positivity in the world, unfortunately. But I like to look on the bright side. You go to LinkedIn, you're not gonna have a bad time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna cheer you up, and they're gonna say like, "Yeah, but Bitcoin, crypto is the next best thing, and so are you, and you can join us, and you're gonna be great fit."
Yeah.
And, oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're ever having a down moment, hit up LinkedIn.
Hit up LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's good. Just like every Bitcoin is unique thanks to the blockchain. So
yeah.
are we.
Those snowflakes, except it's a $40,000 snowflake.
Yeah. we're a new startup looking to disrupt the crypto wallet space.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And we also deal in NFTs
Oh, really?
and non-fungible people.
Oh, non-fungible people. I only know fungible people.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nonism.
That's what we do here at Wallet Core.
Hypercompu wallet core.
All right. I'm going to work on my LinkedIn game. I've never posted on it. I'm going to work on it.
Okay.
Work on it.
Godspeed.
See what I can work up. I'll tag you in some posts and you'll be like, what is this? In the 3 days, I want you to be so confused by the LinkedIn notification you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dave. So my last question for you.
Yeah.
In your improv, right, because we already established you got your improv master's, so you're working on your improv PhD.
Mm-hmm.
So where you're at right now in your improv career, let's say.
Yeah.
Do you have some goals, like let's say in the next maybe 6 months? Some goals or like personal objectives that you're trying to accomplish in class, maybe in an on-stage show, maybe outside of IFTP. What does that look like?
Mm-hmm. I've tried to reframe my mindset because I told you before where I'd see, back when I first started, I saw folks like, oh, I'd love to be as good as you. And just kind of looking up to people. And they say, comparison is the theft of joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an all-time quote.
Yeah. And I got some really good advice back when I was doing dance. I always kind of relate things to my hobbies. So back when I was doing dance,
DS players.
Yeah, DS players. One of my really good teachers, shout out Dennis Infante. I asked Dennis, I was taking classes for a while, and I was afraid I was stealing his style, as I was just like a clone of him. And I thought, is this good? Like this doesn't. How do I get my own style? And he said, you are your own style, man. You do stuff that I can't do. And so I relate that to now, where I used to kind of look at folks who I saw, like my improv peers, and I saw, oh, they had something that I wanted to have. I'm just not as good as them at that. And I used to chase those things. But then recently I realized, why don't I just double down on the things I feel like I'm really good at and really enjoy, and just see where those take me. Yeah. And so I've gotten a lot of joy out of doing characters. I love characters. Yeah. And Matt has told me, has said in a class, I don't take it as an insult, I love it. He said, Dave's very good at neurotic characters. Neurotic. And I'm like, yeah, I love it because I think flawed people are the most interesting people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to focus on getting my character game up. And on top of that, build history with these characters. I would love to do a scene, maybe in a show, where if I did my job right, people saw, oh, this person existed for like a year and I saw their history. They're not just a 5-minute bit. I know this person in real life.
Yeah, it's fleshed out.
Yeah. So that's my current goal.
Yeah. I really like that. And maybe tonight there will be an opportunity to play a character or two.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. All right, Dave.
I'm going to choke.
You ready to do some improv?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do some improv. We're going to start off with an easier one. I'm going to switch around the order because I looked at the order I planned these games and I was like, this is stupid. Like I start with like a more of a heavy hitter and then it goes into like a more simple like word association. So we're going to flip around the order. So this first game we're going to play is a variation on a classic improv game, one you're probably very familiar with. You ever played One Word Story?
Yes, I have.
Well, good, because the budget's increased. We're playing 2-word story.
Oh, okay.
2-word story.
It's going to throw me off.
Yeah, 2-word story. And for this round of 2-word story, I'm actually going to give us a 1-word suggestion to help us kick off. And I'm going to have you do the first 2 words, and then we'll go back and forth. At some point, our story will be complete. I'll black us out. So the word that's going to inspire us for this 2-word story, quiche. Quiche. And whenever you're ready, Dave.
Today, Bradley
Went and
found a...
quiche dish.
He took
The dish,
and brought
it to
the kitchen
countertop.
of restaurant
Breakfast Royale.
at breakfast
Royale. He
cooked one
excellent, tasty
quiche buffet.
This was
The best.
as Kevin
Walked up
to the
buffet table
he noticed
that the
quiche buffet
was not
fresh anymore.
Bradley stated,
Oh dear,
these quiches
are rotten
to the
core. Alas,
Kevin, you
have done
nothing wrong.
this could
Not be
prevented today.
Kevin spoke.
And said,
Friend Bradley,
this is
the worst
day of.
my life.
Please don't
Try to
blame this.
on me.
Quiche often
Looks terrible.
and yet
Is tasty.
therefore
Oh shit.
therefore do
Take this
hefty slice
of quiche
and chew.
it down.
So Bradley
Took the
hefty slice
of quiche
and swallowed
it whole.
blackout.
We made it through.
That in a way was harder.
Yeah, 2 words is tough. I feel
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd never done that before.
Yeah, I felt like I would have a thought, but it only needed 1 word.
Yeah.
And I had like, what is this extra word I need to toss in there?
Yeah.
That maybe doesn't contribute anything, but I just need to get it out there.
Yeah.
And then throws off the rhythm of the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we made it though.
We did. I think we told an interesting story. A quiche buffet, have you ever seen that before in life?
I've not though. I've dreamt of something similar.
Okay. I'm definitely a quiche guy. I would describe myself as that. And
Oh, you fancy.
we gotta, just that I like quiche.
Wait, is quiche considered fancy?
I don't know. It's just egg pie, right?
I always feel like something that's shaped like a pie, but it's small and can fit in your hand is automatically fancy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because miniature things are expensive.
Yeah. iPhone 13 mini.
That's true. But like, you can go to like Trader Joe's and buy a quiche. It's like $4. Like,
Is Trader Joe's not fancy anymore?
I mean, it is, but their prices are good, like for inflation times, you know? So it's like, it is, but it's actually not.
Maybe I grew up too much shopping at Food for Less, and I go to
They got some deals.
yeah, and I go to a Vaughn's and like, is this the Carlton? The Ritz Carlton?
Hey, Vaughn's, Albertsons, and Ralph's, they're they're bullies with those prices. That's all I gotta say. These days, at least, it's bad out there. It's bad out there.
Like a supermarket mafia.
Yeah.
We got to make these prices go down.
Yeah.
I mean, up. Oh, reverse mafia.
Reverse mafia. Oh man, I'd like to see that. All right, nice job, Dave, on that first game. So now we're gonna move to our second game. This one is called Celebrity Attempt. So in this game, you and I are gonna both be assigned a celebrity from a random celebrity generator, and we're gonna do the best darn impression that we can do.
This is my cancel culture fear that I have like a insulting impression of something.
Okay, well, for this game, I might screen these celebs a little bit because I don't know about this generator.
All right.
Again, I am on randomcelebritygenerator.com. So the celebrity that has been selected for you, Dave, is Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé. Okay. I've seen him on a couple occasions.
Okay.
Okay.
You generally...
He's the classy singer guy.
Yeah.
Michael Bubbles, right?
Yeah. Michael Bubble. I don't... Okay, no, that guy's been dead for too long. I'm going to try and look for people who are presently alive. Let's do that.
Alive to be insulted by the impression.
Yeah, alive to be insulted, but also... This is rough. This is rough. Okay. All right. So you're going to be Michael Bublé. Mm-hmm. And I, of course, am going to be the always famous Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh. All right.
Gwyneth Paltrow. And you know what? I'll give us a location to help contextualize this scene a little bit. So you're going to do your best Michael Bublé. I'm going to do my best Gwyneth Paltrow. We'll see how the scene goes, and I'll black us out when we're done. And we're located... We are at a lake. We're at the lake. So Dave, you and I are at the lake. Okay. Sorry, I mean Michael, Mr. Bublé. Mm-hmm. We're at the lake. And scene.
Gwyneth, welcome to the lake I brought you to.
Oh my gosh, you're that... Michael Bubble, your voice is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Not as beautiful as you in this moonlight.
Oh, Michael, stop it. Oh, you're spoiling me. You know, I always dreamt of dating a man with a beautiful singing voice, and now it's actually happening. It's a dream come true.
Well, funny you should say that. I always dreamed of a woman that owned a company named after slime.
Coop. Oh, I've always wanted a man who appreciated my work. Michael, I actually have a gift for you.
Oh, I love surprises.
Here, it's something special from Goop Inc. Go on, open it. Oh my gosh.
Well, isn't this a surprise?
I hope you like it. It's a custom scent just for you.
It's washed up movie star.
Oh, Michael.
You read my mind.
I was working in my office and I thought, I want to give something special to Michael that will remind me of him.
Well, I've got a gift for you too.
Michael.
Close your eyes. It's right here.
My eyes are closed.
Now open your eyes and take a look at this. It's a big mouth Billy Bass.
Oh my gosh, Michael. Does it have your voice? I bet it does, doesn't it?
Well, you should push play.
You sexy little minx, Michael. Okay, here I go. I'm going to press the button.
I'm a Billy Bass. I'm a Billy Bass.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Michael, I usually don't go for such, dare I say, white trash decorations, and this doesn't really fit my minimalist, organic, Calabasas aesthetic, but I think I can find a place in maybe the vacation home for this one.
Well, Gwyneth, you always have a place in the vacation home of my heart.
Michael Bubble. Gosh, I don't know how to tell you this, but you are such a better singer than my ex, Chris Martin.
Oh, let's never talk about Chris
Good.
ever again.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Well, I have a secret to tell you too.
Please, anything, Michael.
You don't look like my ex as well.
I'm glad. I didn't want to remind you of her.
Yes. Well, that's why I brought you to this lake.
Yeah, I love it here at beautiful Lake Tahoe.
Tahoe.
It's so nice.
The most romantic of lakes.
You know, I'm coming out in nature often gives me inspiration for new products. So I love that you knew that about me.
Let's make a product together, you and I.
Michael, I'd love to. What about, here's an idea.
Tell me.
A bubble bath that's just called Michael Bubble Bath.
Oh. Well, that's gonna be a big seller.
Yes, and we could make this smell something that you love. So maybe, let's think about things you love, Michael. You love tuxedos,
Expensive champagne.
you love freshly dry cleaned velvet.
Velvet. And big mouth Billy Bass.
And Billy Bass, that's right, Michael. Let's make your Michael Bublé bubble bath smell like dry cleaned linens.
That's the most amazing combinations. And we'll use the scent that you gave me of washed up celebrity.
Michael.
You and I, we're a team.
Thanks, Michael.
I couldn't have pictured this lake without you.
Michael, you're so sweet. I just have something that's been on my mind, and I've been a little afraid to ask you.
Oh no, I don't like surprises.
I just no, it's okay, Michael. It's okay. This is a safe place that we're in here at Tahoe.
Well,
It's right here on the shores.
shores of Tahoe.
It's so beautiful when you say it. Everything's more beautiful when you say it, Michael. I was just wondering, do you, of the films that I was in, is there one that stands out or a performance of mine that you really loved?
I love all your performances.
Okay, but like which one?
But
Specifically.
specifically, it's that one with Jack Black. You know the one because you were in it.
Of course I do, Michael, but
You were like 50 tons, and you looked beautiful
you
regardless.
don't remember the name of one of my earliest films?
I just remembered your lovely face, and it erased the title from my memory.
Not to compare you,
Oh,
Michael.
It's Shallow Hal.
Thank God. I was about to compare you to Chris Martin.
Oh, don't say his name again.
Sorry, Michael.
Who's the better singer?
You, Michael.
Blackout. Oh, thank God I remembered it.
I know. I had something for that. If you didn't, we were gonna go. I was gonna tear you down.
Oh, no.
That might have been the end of the relationship there. See, that was a test.
I only remembered Shallow Hal or Iron Man.
Yeah. I would have loved to talk about Iron Man. In truth, like I was thinking about it, is like, yeah, Shallow Hal, Shakespeare in Love. It's just that movie that like won an Oscar, and then it has no like cultural relevancy ever since, in like I think like 97, 99, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, Iron Man and like all the Marvel movies she's been in.
Yep.
And I know she's been in more, but it's just not.
She's just the goop lady now.
Yeah, she's just the goop lady. She sells intimately scented candles, let's put it that way. And a lot of other interesting products. And she had a Netflix show.
About the goop?
Yeah, about Goop. Yeah,
Oh.
Goop Inc. I think it was a Netflix show. They did like mushrooms and just a lot of nature stuff.
I just remember something about her selling vagina eggs or something.
Yeah. There was a candle as well that was,
Vagina candle?
yeah,
Oh.
Gwyneth's, which I was like, that seems inappropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's some things that should remain personal.
The next hour of this podcast is talking about vagina, eggs, and goop.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. There's just other products that we can sell, you know?
Yeah.
There are other products.
There's plenty of amazing products.
A lot of other inventions, you know? Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. I think you were a splendid Buble, and it was nice to get a little teaser on your singing voice because I heard you're a karaoke guy.
I love it. I love karaoke.
Respect. Karaoke is a pretty fun time. Getting in that room. Mm-hmm. Oh man, getting that TV, the motion graphics behind the lyrics.
I love inventing a story with when they have like a girl just out on a lawn dancing for background karaoke. Like, what's her deal? What's she doing? Why is she there?
Why is she there? You know, what in life led her to this?
Is she single? Is she broken up? Are they on a break?
Yeah. So these are good questions. People are wondering. Mm-hmm. All right, Dave, we've got one more game we're going to play.
The big one.
This last game is called Time Travel. And in this game, no, I'm not going to give you information yet. Just give me a time period, Dave. Just give me a time period.
Time period. Mm-hmm. The 90s.
Okay, the 90s. Great. And I'll give you a choice here. Do you want to be someone from the 90s or do you want to be someone from the present?
Gosh. I don't. Who's from the 90s?
You could just be a person from the 90s.
Okay, I'll be the person from the 90s.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. This game is called Time Travel. I'm going to be a time traveler traveling back in time to the 90s.
All right.
All right, and then I'll black us out when we're done.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. This is your living room.
Whoa. You just come in here with that time machine?
Yes. How did you knew I came in on a time machine? Oh my gosh, you must be a respected figure in your era.
Oh no, I just saw Bill and Ted's just recently.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that film.
Yeah.
I think I researched it when I looked in my work. The phone booth right outside of the Circle K.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm a little lost. My time machine's acting a little wonky. What year is this?
Oh yeah, this is 95, bro.
95. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're in the 19s.
The 1995s, yeah, and you're here to do your book report, right?
No. I'm so sorry. Well, it's kind of like a book report. You see, I'm a scientist. A
smart dude, yeah.
Yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, my time machine's not quite working correctly, but gosh, it's nice to meet you. See, I come from the year 2056.
Damn, that's like 5 years from now or something.
Yeah. It's a little more than that. But the 2000s are 5 years away for you.
Oh, it's like a billion years. Yeah.
Would you be all right if I maybe asked you a couple questions just to learn about your people?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Your culture, life in the 90s?
History's like really important, man. So yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Cause like to me, you're ancient history. Like I don't, in
like my dad?
Yeah, like your dad.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So just to start, I'm so sorry. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Thorzon Jamopoulos. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Skylar.
Skylar.
My bro calls me Sky.
Sky.
Yeah.
Okay. May I call you Sky?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. You can call me just Thorzon.
Thorzon? Yeah.
You don't have to use my full name, Thorzon Jamopoulos, PhD.
I can't even say it, so I'm not gonna.
That's okay, Sky.
Yeah.
Sky, just tell me a little bit. How old are you? Are you in school? Are you a civilian, or do you work for the military state?
Oh yeah, so I'm 17, and
17.
My dad was thinking about sending me off right after I graduate high school to go off to the ROTC, but I for now I consider myself a civilian, but in my mind I'm preparing myself to be part of the military-industrial complex.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You see, in the future, in 2056, once a child is born, they just flip a coin and determine if they're going to be a civilian or just go straight to the military.
Whoa, that sounds real fair. And we have a lot of coins.
Yeah, we just figured that was easier. So we just have an AI take care of all that. So every baby's born just has
what's an AI?
Oh, AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh, okay. Like, Like what's in your TV remote or something? Or
No, that's I believe an ancient technology called IR.
oh, okay, yeah. So like you just flip it back around. R-I-A-I. Okay, yeah. I don't get it.
That's okay, Skylar.
Okay.
You're still in school. You're still learning.
Yeah.
Skylar, what are your favorite things to do? Do you have weekends in this era?
Weekend, yeah. That's when I
do.
have the most fun.
Okay, what do you like to do on the weekends?
Oh, so yeah, I grab my bros. You go over to go over to the 7-Eleven, get us a Slurpee, and then catch some like Simpsons on TV.
Simpsons.
Yeah, and then got to get my air shredding on. Yeah, we got an air shred band.
You got an air shred in the band. Wow.
Yeah. You just got love that grunge music, man.
Yeah.
Just speaks to my soul.
I've heard it on the oldies AI generated radio station.
You mean the new stuff? Why is it called oldies? What?
Well, in my era, that grunge music is considered almost ancient music.
Wow.
We study it as elementary and very basic.
Basic? Nah, you got it wrong, bro. This is the most advanced stuff. And if you haven't, you gotta tell me, are people still shredding in 2070 million, wherever you're from?
Shredding.
Shredding, yeah.
Do you mean the shredding of those who resist the law?
Whoa. That got deep, bro. That's some violent shit. No.
Well, that's how my nation works.
So you're really fighting for your survival.
Well, not me. I'm a scientist. I'm protected.
Oh, Thor. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thor's on Plumopolis.
Not even gonna say that last name. I'm probably gonna get arrested.
Me neither.
Yeah. Thorazon, yeah, you're just a smart dude and you gotta protect your brain.
Yes. That's I'm valued for my brain and my time.
Interesting. So you built this janky ass time machine that doesn't work with your super smart brain.
Yes, it's a prototype.
Okay.
Yes. I wanted to loop back. You said you watched The Simpsons.
Hell yeah.
I also watched The Simpsons.
They got The Simpsons in the future?
In fact, it's the longest running television show of all time.
Whoa. The future's looking bright, bro.
It is. I quite enjoy the show and have actually been thinking about going back to watch the earlier seasons of the show.
You mean the best seasons?
I don't know. The season that came out in 2054 was quite funny.
I don't know the future, but I'm going to make a projected guess that this era of Simpsons is the only era that's going to be super good. Yeah. I have a sense of it.
Well, Skylar, that might be the smartest thing you've said to me yet. Blackout!
Oh my God.
Oh man, I'm glad you just throwing some Bill and Ted references in there. That's one of my, I love that movie. That's an old timer for me. That's Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter. Oh man, that movie. George Carlin.
Yep.
That's a great one.
Yeah. I just thought, as soon as you said time machine, just like, I hope this turns into a Bill and Ted something.
Oh yeah. Thank you for taking it that direction.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because it's a gem. What a gem.
I had to mention The Simpsons because I was a huge Simpsons fan in the 90s.
Yeah.
And me and my friend would practice the characters from The Simpsons. They have really good characters.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like fueled my interest in characters now in improv. Yeah. So just like Diamond Joe Quimby, kind of yes, that is what I said. Actually, that was awful. I take that back. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the early seasons, and that's it. I haven't seen any. I've seen The Simpsons movie, and then I think seasons 1 through 4, and that's it. Which is weird, but I don't know. We had it on DVD, and or no, it wasn't on DVD. I don't know. So my uncle had it somehow, and I was just like, "Oh, The Simpsons," and then
yeah.
Not DVD. I don't know what it was on.
Betamax,
I think it was
Laserdisc?
before DVD. Yeah, so maybe VHS or maybe it was Laserdisc. I don't know. My uncle had weird stuff. I don't know. This is my uncle. He's a good guy. All right, Dave. Thank you for playing those games with me.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah,
I enjoyed it as well. I liked Skylar as a character. It's a real hit for me. So before we conclude tonight's episode, I just want to give you a chance. Are there any final words you want to leave us with tonight? It could be words of wisdom. Could be words of unwisdom. Whatever you want. I want to give you a platform.
I have nothing to sell. I wish I did, because we can reach millions and millions of subscribers to this project.
We're actually at billions now.
Billions. The revenue would be it's insane, I'm sure.
Yes.
But I have nothing to sell, so I won't sell anything. But I do like, I think about like philosophy all the time. And I feel like the one I've kind of landed on right now, the one that kind of pushes me forward, is just being kind and being gracious to people. I feel like is just something that there's not enough of it happening in the world, right? And I take all this stuff that I've learned from improv, and it just kind of fuels me in being able to do that. Like being kind is listening to what someone has to say, or really hearing them and acknowledging it, and yes-ending what they're saying and not trying to trample their ideas, and being gracious that someone was thoughtful enough to talk to you, and returning that, and being kind and gracious, or grateful. Kind, gracious, and grateful. Yeah. I think it just makes everybody a better person. Makes life better. Yeah. So I hope people find all of that outside or inside of improv. Yeah. That's it.
Well said, Dave. Well said. Be kind and be gracious to others. All right. With that said, thank you so much for Dave Lay for joining us on tonight's episode of Improv for the Podcast. As always, we'll be back next week with another one. And you can find us streaming on any platform that has podcasts, even Amazon Music, which I'm sure everyone uses. As always, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Improv for the Podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.